Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to welcome you guys to the Black Financial Channel. Today on the Black Financial Channel, we're going to talk about this sudden spike in bankruptcies and how that is impacting the economy and what to do if you are in a situation where bankruptcy could be on the horizon. You can come back from that. It doesn't have to be a death march. We're going to talk about that today, as well as what's going on with the market. And at the end of this podcast, I'm going to give you my stock pick of the week and the stock that I love right now, and it's already making money. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every single day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first. Black first means we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means that we break generational curses. We do not continue them. Black first means we educate our damn kids. If you are Black first and you educating your kids, put a B1 in the chat. Give me a yes if you are sick and tired of Black people coming in last place economically. Give me a yes in the chat. What's up, Terry Cobb and Duran? Give me a yes in the chat if you are ready for us to do what we are supposed to do to fulfill our destiny as the chosen people to go out here and conquer the world. Give me a yes in the chat if you're on board with that revolution, because this Black economic revolution, I think we live at ground zero with this. What we've done with Dr. Claude Anderson is ground zero with this. We are flipping the tables on everybody. And so I want to congratulate everybody who's doing it. If you're raising your kids right, you're doing it. If you're loving a Black woman, you're doing it. If you're loving a Black man, you're doing it. If you're building a strong Black family, you're doing it. If you're saving and investing, you're doing it. If you're educating yourself, you're doing it. You're doing it, and doing it well. So keep on doing it. I just want to encourage you every single day, because we are winning. We are built to win, period. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, say hello to everybody. And then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about some things I've been noticing with the economy right now in terms of bankruptcies being on the rise. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to deal with that. Also, I'm going to mention a stock that I bought that is already making a gang of money. It's already doing pretty well. And I'm going to share the stock with you toward the end of the podcast. So hang on to the end, and you will get a chance to see what I'm talking about and why I'm so excited about this company. And I want you to make money. So that's what I'm going to lay out for you today. All right. So shout out the city, shout out your city, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Very quick, very simple housekeeping I want to do is I want to say thank you to one of the sponsors for this podcast today, brightbaybve.com, brightbaybve.com. Bright is, and wait, is it Baybright or Bright Bay? I hope I didn't say it wrong. Baybright. It's Baybright, not Bright Bay. Baybright is an author, musician, and entrepreneur. He's the CEO of Bright Vision Entertainment and sells online products in the form of urban music, merch, and ebooks focused on love and relationships. All BVE products by Baybright are available at baybrightbve.com and all major online retailers. So shout out to Baybright for sponsoring this podcast. Also, if you'd like to get a shout out, you can go buy a shout out right now if you want to, for your business or for your platform. Just go to drboycefinance.com. That's drboycefinance.com, and you can get a shout out, and I'll be glad to tell everybody about your product. All right, so here's the thing I wanted to mention is the stock market. Let's start with the stock market. The stock market is doing really well. Right now, you've just got this amazing uptrend happening. You've had 4 straight weeks of positive gains. The big debate was whether or not this is a real rally or if this is a BS bear market rally. I've seen responses on both ends of the spectrum. There are some people who believe that this rally is for real. They believe that the stock market has hit a bottom. They believe that it's only up from here. They believe that the longer you wait, the more you're going to hate. The longer you wait, the more you're going to hate. And if you a hater, then I can't do nothing for you, because if you a hater, that means you came in later. And I told you from the beginning that if you don't make a move when this market is down, you're going to regret it, because you're going to come in and you're going to be buying stocks from people who are in this chat who bought their stocks when the market was down. They bought it at 50. You're buying it from them at 80. And then you're mad because they're making money. Well, it's because people who make money are the people who buy when the prices are low. The rule of making money is buy low, sell high. It's not buy high, sell low. And so for those of you that made that move early, I congratulate you, because there's a lot of money being made right now. And a lot of people believe that stocks will never be this cheap ever, 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 ever again. But then again, it could just be a temporary thing. Nobody knows. I'm not taking that chance. All right. So the next thing I want to mention here is, and after I go through this, I'm actually going to talk about my stock pick, one of the stock picks of the week. Let's talk about bankruptcy. The reason I want to talk about bankruptcy is because a lot of us have dealt with it. A lot of us, in fact, let's do a confessional. How many of you have ever filed bankruptcy at some point, or come close to filing bankruptcy, or maybe you're declaring bankruptcy now? Go ahead and say something in the chat. Put a yes in the chat if you've come close. I'm going to say yes, because I filed bankruptcy when I was younger, and it's not fun. It's very embarrassing. It kind of sucks. It's really painful. It's hard to kind of admit that you have a financial problem that's that deep that you can't solve it. You just don't want to be that person, that man or that woman. But I've done that. I've gone through that humiliating process, and it's really, really difficult. So my heart goes out to anybody who's ever had to do that. Now, here's the upside of bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is a fresh start. It's an opportunity for you to clean your slate and do it all over again. When I declared bankruptcy and I was in my 20s, okay, yeah, I messed up. I was stupid. But at the same time, I saw that as a chance to fix things. Now, there's a penalty you have to pay. It stays on your credit report for 10 years. But believe me, if you get out here, here's the number one remedy for dealing with bankruptcy, in my view. The number one remedy is learn how to get out here and make money. Learn how to get out here and make money. If you get out here and you learn how to make money and you got cash is always better than credit, in my view. Shout out to everybody who knows how to make money, because I believe cash is always better than credit. Because when I had cash, it didn't matter how bad my credit score was. I could buy whatever I wanted, and I could also even get them to extend me credit, because I would put enough cash up to be able to get my interest rate down. Now, with that said, though, obviously bankruptcy isn't the best move, but there are a lot of people filing bankruptcy. So that's what led to me to make this the podcast topic for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an article from CNBC about bankruptcy, and I'm going to kind of talk you through it as we go through it, so we can kind of just sort of know how it works, what it is, what your options might be, etc. And also, as we move on, I want to remind everybody, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, I'm doing a free event for the Black Business School students. It's called How to Become a Millionaire with 5 minutes per month. How to become a millionaire by investing 5 minutes a month, and not even money, 5 minutes a month. And if you'd like to join that event, you can actually get in for free if you are a student in the Black Business School. Despite many rumors to the contrary, the Black Business School, you can actually join for free. There is no fee to become a member of the Black Business School and to take advantage of the many, many hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of free stuff that we give you. We literally will give you more for free than your university gave you for $100,000 in tuition. So if you want to be connected and you want to get a special invite to this event tomorrow night, all you got to do is text the word BOYCE to 31996. Text BOYCE to 31996. You'll be on the text list right before the event happens, or a couple hours before. I'm going to send the Zoom link out. It's going to be Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and it's called How to Become a Millionaire with 5 minutes a month. So just text the word BOYCE to 31996. I'll send you a special invitation. All right. So here's the deal. Okay. So according to this article, it says personal bankruptcy filings have fallen dramatically since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. But with interest rates rising and government relief waning, filing numbers likely pick up throughout the year, say experts. I've had more calls in the last few weeks than the previous 6 months, says Charles Juntica, a New York-based lawyer who specializes in bankruptcy law. Bankruptcy attorney David Leibowitz, head of Chicago-based Lake Law, said his firm has already seen filings in the Chicago area pick up by about 25% in the last 2 months. The variety of government stimulus programs, enhanced tax credits, and protections against evictions and loan foreclosures put in place in the last 2 years have reduced the number of bankruptcy filings. So what's happening is that these protections are disappearing. The government stimulus is gone. There ain't no stimmy checks going out. The tax credits are gone. The student loan deferrals are gone. The protections against evictions are gone. So now you're going to see this sort of flood of a lot of bankruptcies happening as people kind of have to deal with really tough economic realities in a country that is, I'll be the first to tell you that America is not a fair country. I'll be the first to tell you that America is a capitalist society that kind of screws over working class people. I'll be the first to tell you that life ain't fair, and after we cry about it, I'm going to teach you how to do something about it. You understand? Like, I don't really think that crying, or whining about your situation is the right solution. That's not the best way to handle your problems. You actually have to solve them at some point. So let's keep going. So he says, however, community lockdowns and general COVID malaise may also be a factor. Quote, it's hard for people to face the fact that they need to file. It takes emotional energy and they feel guilty about it. Yeah, so there's a lot of financial guilt that comes into play, a lot of anxiety that can come into play from the fact that you maybe feel like a failure. I don't know about y'all, but when I filed when I was younger, I felt like a complete failure. I was embarrassed. It's kind of tough, and I've always had a hard time borrowing money from people. So there's a huge amount of literature and research on just financial psychology and the way money affects the way we think, and how money makes us feel. When men have money and they're doing better financially, they feel stronger. They feel more confident. They feel even more sexually capable because they've got money. And in fact, actually, women are less attracted to men when they don't have as much money. You're not as the guy wearing the Burger King uniform is not as appealing as an equally handsome man who is a high paid surgeon, right? So that's just kind of a reality. And in fact, actually, for those of you that are in the options income program in the Black Business School, you'll know that's why I brought in my wife, who's a licensed therapist, and she's a certified trauma professional, because I said we got to talk to Black folks about financial trauma. We got to talk about financial anxiety. We got to talk about the guilt that comes with finance. We got to talk about the financial psychology that determines what kind of money mindset you have. We got to talk about attachment theory. Did you know that the way you were raised on money affects how you even attach to other human beings, whether you form secure attachments or chaotic attachments? So all these things are there, and nobody really talks about this, but we talk about these things because there's a huge emotional aspect to money that I really want you to understand. So anyway, let me keep going. Hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget, this podcast is on Spotify and Apple. You can just look up the Dr. Boyce Breakdown, and you can find me on Spotify or Apple. So if you go on Spotify, I'd love it if you subscribed, and you can listen while you're in your car. All right. So it says here, for every person I help, there are 4 or 5 out there who are miserable, says this person who they're quoting, who is an attorney, apparently, Juntica. Bankruptcy may feel like rock bottom for financially strapped Americans, but it's also a new start and an opportunity to get out of a hole that only seems to get deeper for many. It isn't an easy process. A bankruptcy filing remains on your credit history for 10 years and can make getting a loan or mortgage difficult. Quote, if you pay off your debts outside bankruptcy, you should. If you can't pay them off outside of bankruptcy, you should. Says Leibowitz, a past chairman of Consumer Bankruptcy Committee of the American Bankruptcy Institute. However, if your wages are being garnished, your car is being seized, and you're being hounded by collection agencies, bankruptcies may be imperative. So a bankruptcy is kind of like a protection. It kind of protects you. That's why they call it bankruptcy protection. It's a protection from the fact that when you get into debt, you don't just, when you get heavy into debt and it's debt that you can't repay, you not only become a slave, but you get bullied. You get bullied by all the people that you owe money to. And this bankruptcy protection protects you from all the bullies. It's like when you were a little kid and all the bullies were chasing you home from school and you ran inside the house and they couldn't come inside the house. Well, that's what bankruptcy protection does. So don't act like you ain't never gone through that. I don't know if you ever went through the sheer terror of having the bullies chasing you home from school and you run in the house because you feel like your mama could whoop them all, which she probably could. But I mean, just shout out to all the Black mamas out there, by the way. We got to say thank you to y'all for protecting us from that. But anyway, so bankruptcy protection protects you from the financial bullies. It can also give you a chance to have some breathing room, but at the same time, you are going to have some expectations placed upon you. And so it says, if you've decided that bankruptcy is your best option, your first decision is whether to hire a lawyer to help you through the process. You can file with the courts on your own, but the cost of mistakes is high. What chapter of code should you file under? What forms do you need to complete? What mistakes must you avoid? Bankruptcy law is complex. And while you may save money filing on your own, you could lose much more on the back end. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? So he basically says people don't do their own dental work, right? You don't go and go to, decide that you want to pull out your own teeth or you want to give yourself a root canal. So what this lawyer is basically saying is, if you file bankruptcy, go ahead and spend that money to hire somebody to help you file it the right way, so you can make sure that your slate is wiped completely clean and that you're protected at the highest level, and that you preserve as many of your assets as possible. So he says what to do. The bankruptcy process involves a series of steps and procedures that have to be followed. The kind of bankruptcy filing you choose will depend on your circumstances. Chapter 7 bankruptcy filings. This is Chapter 7. It accounts for a significant majority of personal filings, can ultimately discharge most, though not all, of your personal debts. However, these are the things you cannot discharge during those bankruptcies most of the time. Alimony. So you owe that money to your wife or your husband. You can't get out of that. Tax debts. The IRS is going to come get you and they will chase you to your grave. Student loans. Thanks to Joe Biden, they pushed a bill through not too long ago, a couple of decades ago, I guess, that said that you cannot file bankruptcy on your student loans. So your student loans are always going to be there, kind of like I call it like a financial STD that doesn't go away. It kind of sucks, but it's one of those things that you cannot wash away. So that's why when you send your kids to college, be really thoughtful about how you finance college. We have a 19-year-old that's in college now, and even though I have money, his biological father has money, his mother has money, we said we're not going to spend a ton of money for you to go to college, because a college education should not cost $70,000-$80,000 a year. So what we did was we allowed him to take a limited amount of debt so he could have some responsibility for that. And we picked a university, a state school, that wasn't going to charge an arm and a leg. We don't believe in spending insane amounts of money for a college degree, because college degrees are not what make people rich. College degrees don't make people rich. Do y'all hear me? Are y'all listening to me? College degrees don't make people rich. College degrees prepare you for a job. And if you want to be rich, you cannot just try to get rich with a job. You have to know how to own assets. If you don't own assets, then there's a good chance you'll never be rich. Now, with that being said, we're a big chunk of the way through. I'd be remiss not to stop and thank another sponsor that I want to give a shout out to, jbnshop.com. JBN Shop is another sponsor for this podcast. JBN is a brand logo apparel JABN is a brand logo of apparel with inspiring phrases to promote empowerment and mental well-being and awareness. Guess what the acronym stands for, and you get one free item of your choice. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know what y'all tell me, what do y'all think JABN stands for? Just ask Boyce now. How about that? What do y'all think? You think that will work? I like that. I'm cheering for myself right now. Just ask Boyce now. Like, what y'all think? You think that could be it? I don't know. Anyway, they said no purchase necessary for a limited time. Apparel with a purpose. You can go to jabnshop.com. Find the joy of you. So let's go support that Black-owned business. If you have a Black-owned business and you'd like to get a shout out on the podcast, just go to drboycefinance.com. You can purchase a shout out, and I will shout you out to everybody who's listening. All right. So what do y'all think? You think it's just ask Boyce now? Y'all think I think that's the answer. Y'all think that's what the acronym stands for? All right. So anyway, let me keep going here. And then after I finish going through the article, I'm going to give you my the stock pick of the week that I really like. And I'm really happy about this stock. It's making a crap ton of money so far today. All right. So also when we're talking about bankruptcy, so you got Chapter 7 that kind of washes away a lot of your debts. However, it says to qualify for Chapter 7, to get rid of those debts, you have to pass what they call a means test. A means test means that your income must be less than the median income of the state where you live. So the median is not the average. The median is not the mean. The mean is where you add everything up and you divide by the number of people. No, the median is if you take the middle person in your state, the most middle income that there is in your state. If you're below that amount, then you're below the median. If you're above that amount, you're above the median. They said if you don't pass the means test, you have to file Chapter 13. So that means if you're a person that has a decent amount of money and you could pay your bills, you're just choosing not to, then they're going to determine that you have to actually file Chapter 13. Okay. That's a whole nother level. So now Chapter 13, that's where some unsecured debts may be forgiven and you may be able to keep some personal property, but it basically creates a debt repayment plan, typically over a 5-year period. So that's what they call like a restructuring or reorganization. Here are some individual steps you need to take in a bankruptcy filing. 1, gather the documents you need, including tax returns, pay stubs, bank, brokerage, and retirement account statements, appraisals of real estate and other assets you own, vehicle registrations, and any other documents pertaining to debts you owe or assets you own. 2, all bankruptcy filers have to complete a credit counseling course. both before and after filing. I think that's good. Financial literacy is a good thing. The fee is typically less than $50 and may be waived if you're unable to pay. 3, fill out and print the appropriate bankruptcy forms. Get your filing fee, which is $338 for a Chapter 7 filing in federal court. File the forms in court and mail the necessary documents to your appointed bankruptcy trustee. 4, attend the meeting. Maybe that's 5, or I think that's 4. Okay. Attend the meeting, likely online, of your creditors with your trustee. It takes place about a month after your case is filed. All these steps are essential, and having an attorney can help to ensure that you don't make mistakes. Now, here's what they said not to do. They said the biggest mistake that people make in bankruptcy filings is trying to game the system. You don't want to game the system unless you want to end up in a very bad situation. Okay, so don't go gaming the system. The biggest mistake people make in bankruptcy filings is trying to game the system. All your assets may be seized in a bankruptcy, and failing to disclose all of them can result in criminal charges. Criminal charges. Did y'all hear that? That's something they're talking about, jail. So let's not mess with that man's system like that. Okay. The biggest mistake people make in I already said that. So I just asked tennis player Boris Becker, currently looking at jail time in the UK for hiding assets. Do not transfer property to family or friends before you file. It will be clawed back. So that means that if you try to go and put your car in your mama's name or your cousin Willie's name, they're going to go to mama, they're going to go to Willie, and they're going to go and get that stuff back. Okay. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Give me a yes in the chat if you hear what I'm saying and you understand what the rules are. So let's see here. They said also do not max out your credit resources before you file. So don't go max out your credit cards and all that. The court would not look kindly upon it. Never use funds from retirement accounts to pay off debt. So don't use your funds from your retirement account, because your retirement account can actually be protected in a bankruptcy proceeding, according to what I'm reading here. Truth and transparency are critical to the bankruptcy process, said Leibowitz. Honest creditors get a fresh start, while dishonest ones can potentially go to jail. Now, here's what you do after bankruptcy, right? So you've gone through the whole process, and you came to Jesus. You decided you want to turn over a new leaf. I'm cheering for you, because it's not where you are that matters, it's where you're going, and I applaud you for that. Well, what do you do after bankruptcy? How do you get back on your feet? So here's what they said. They said, number 1, establish a budget that you can stick to. That's important. 2, open a savings account and save a month's worth of income to provide a financial cushion for unexpected expenses. 3, get a secured card and use it only for expenses you can pay off at the end of the month. 4, pay your rent and pay your bills on time. 5, check your credit report regularly to make sure no debts discharged in bankruptcy remain outstanding on your profile. So you got to make sure that when you go in, you get this financial root canal, you are able to get that fresh start that you're looking for. Okay. All right. So let's see here. If you follow a discipline plan, you can quickly improve your credit profile and even be eligible for Federal Housing Administration mortgage in as little as 3 years. That's cool, right? That's a good thing, right? So think about that. So if you file bankruptcy, which gives you a second chance, you could be back on your feet and be in a better position within 2 to 3 years. Right. So this is important to understand, because I don't want you to feel like bankruptcy means that you're a loser. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck in poverty for the rest of your life. What bankruptcy means to me, when you're willing to admit that you made a mistake and you got in over your head, it means that you can be in a better financial position than somebody who did not actually make that move. And I feel very passionate about that, because I've had situations where, where, for example, I'll give you an example. I'm going to just be honestly reflective and open, on this. It's a little embarrassing, a little weird, because I'm a little traumatized from it. For my whole entire life, I did not have good teeth. My wife, my mother, when I was a kid, never really took me to the dentist that much, because I don't think she liked the dentist, and we didn't have a lot of money. So I kind of grew up, these jacked up teeth, and I hated it. It was very embarrassing, and I would always want to go and make a move and do what I had to do to really confront my dental challenges, right? So I made a decision. I said, you know what, to hell with this. I'm tired of living in this cage where I can't smile the way I want to smile. I want to have a smile that I can be proud of. And I know it's going to cost me a lot of money. I know it's going to cost me a lot of time. I know it's going to be very painful. I know that, and it was even, in some ways, it was even worse than I thought. When they put me under, they had to do surgery. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. Some of y'all were here for this. Some of y'all, give me a guess if you saw me going through that process, because it happened about 3 or 4 years ago. I went to the dentist to get my procedure done. First of all, it cost an arm and a leg. It was a lot of money. Number two, they put me under, and while they put me under, my blood pressure spiked through the roof. Like I could have died while I literally would have died and not even known that I was dead. My wife said that she was freaking out. This is why I tell you guys, man, don't run around here thinking you're going to be a player for life. Find you a good black woman that's going to really look out for you when the stuff really hits the fan. So I was unconscious. I was completely unconscious. I was literally gone. And they said I could have died while I was under because my blood pressure went to some insanely high number. They had to pull me out of my unconscious state. So that's the first thing. And so that's where I give a tremendous, y'all wonder why I shout out my wife and I'm, so proud of her and I love her so much. It's because, this woman saved my life in so many ways and I'm going to be grateful for that forever. So, shout out to all the black women that are holding it down for somebody and for the men who love black women, because without them, we have no life. So then here's the thing. Also, the other thing that happened, it was tremendously painful. They told me that I would be in surgery after I woke up for about 5 hours. It actually took about 14 hours for them to do it. Literally 14 hours for them to do it. 14 hours of discomfort and pain and everything else. Came home. I was on painkillers for weeks or for a long time. I went on the online the next week. So check this out. This is true. So I'm really telling you all this story to really encourage you if you're thinking about changing something in your life that's holding you back. If you're thinking about turning over a new leaf, whether it's weight loss or getting financially fit or whatever, I'm really talking about a transformation I had to go through that was horrible so that you'll understand, like, I get it. I understand. So, so here's the other thing that happened. So the following week, I got a call from the Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett show. They wanted me to come on, because I've been working with Ice Cube on some stuff, and I could not. I totally failed the pre-interview because I could not talk, and I was spitting everywhere, and I sound like Sylvester the Cat, suffering fucking death, right? And so I couldn't even talk. So they were like, okay, this dude sucks. He can't come on the show, right? And so then I got online about a week after that. I was like, okay, I still want to talk to my people, but because the work wasn't done and they had done so much construction in my mouth, I sounded weird and my teeth looked big and I just looked strange and everything else. And the whole internet made fun of me. Like, I kid you not, like I had so many people, literally, if you Google Dr. Boyce Watkins and it does the autocomplete, it would say Dr. Boyce Watkins teeth. And people were making fun of me, right? So I was dealing with all this crap, right? But I was like, no, to hell with this. Like, I'm going to fix this. I'm confronting this demon and I'm going to make it better. I'm going to get through this. I don't care what it takes. And I just stayed with it, kept going to my checkups, kept doing the whole process. It took 6 months or whatever. And guess what? Guess what, y'all? Guess what? Guess what? Now I emerged with a smile that I deserve. Now I come out on the other side and I get to, I'm double cheesing in all my pictures. And the reason I'm double cheesing is because I faced the demon and I did not let the demon win. I faced my fear, I faced my discomfort, I faced my anxiety, and I came out on top. And I just want you to come out on top. I want you to just kind of understand how great that feels. And I want to just say to you, no matter how embarrassed you are, it's okay. Join the club. Everybody fucks up. Excuse my French. I'm not going to cuss no more, but everybody messes up when it comes to money and stuff like that. Everybody messes up when it comes to health. You might be 400 pounds out here trying to go get in shape. You're the big girl at the gym or the big guy, the chubby guy, who's running around the block. It's okay. I applaud you. I applaud you because you're showing me that you are willing and determined to pay the price necessary for you to break out of the cage that you've been locked in for all this time. Obesity is a cage. Generational curses are a cage that some of us are locked in. For me, the dental thing was a cage. Our financial choices can be a cage. So I just want you to encourage you to bust out of whatever chains are holding you back and don't be scared. It ain't going to be easy, but when you come out on the other side, you'll be cheesing like the Easter Bunny. I swear to God. So anyway, guys, that was my 2 cents for today. I know bankruptcy is a depressing topic, but I don't want you to think about it in a depressing way. I just want to make sure you have the facts that are going to help you make the best decision moving forward. So anyway, do me a favor, everybody, if you could. In a second, I'm going to reveal the stock that I really like right now. And also, I want to mention tomorrow night, we're going to do that special event Tuesday night at 8 p.m. called How to Become a Millionaire by Investing 5 Minutes a Month. And that's something that's free to students in the Black Business School. If you have not done a free membership in the Black Business School, remember, it doesn't cost money to get started in the Black Business School. We have 150,000 students worldwide. We want to become the Harvard for Black people who want to build wealth and build family. That's what we are. We have billionaires like Mike Roberts that have come through. We have people like of the CEO, former CEO of the Air Jordan brand, Larry Miller, is going to join us at the All Black National Convention to explain how he took the Jordan brand from $300 million a year to $3 billion a year. We have so many great people there, and you can get started for free. And at the very least, get on the text list, and I will text you the link to join the event. You can just text the word BOYCE to 31996. Now, you could pay the $99 fee, but you don't have to do that. Just join the Black Business School. We'll let you in free. Just text the word BOYCE to 31996. I'll send the link out to you ASAP. All right. So the stock that I like right now is this company called SimilarWeb. And let me go ahead and just share my screen and show you. I mentioned it last week, and I hope you heard me last week when I mentioned it, because you would have been happy with what you've seen so far. Let's see if I can pull this stock up on the screen. There we go. So you see right now, this stock has done pretty well today. It looks like today it's gone up by about 9%. Now, the last 5 days, this is kind of what it's done, about 7%. The last month, it's kind of had a little bit of up and down volatility, but last 6 months it's kind of not done so well, which makes it consistent with the rest of the market for the most part, to be honest with you. But this is a company that it's a digital intelligence provider for enterprise and small to mid-sized business customers. The platform provides web analytics services and offers its users information on their clients, competitors, web traffic, and performance. Okay, so it's a tech company. It's relatively small. It's worth about $137 million, but it's a company that, based on my research, has a great future. You don't see it on the screen. Crap. Sorry, guys. I thought that I had it on the screen. Oh, I know why you didn't see it on the screen, because I had this image up. But let me see if I can pull it up and show it to you, because I feel kind of bad now. So give me a second here. Give me a yes if you see it on the screen. Hold on. Okay, it should be on the screen in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay. Do you guys see it on the screen now? You should see it on the screen right now. And so you see this company has done reasonably well in the last 5 days. Today, it shot up a lot. I talked about it last week, and it looks like it's already making its move. The last month, this is what it's done. And it's not a big company. It's very small, only $137 million dollars in revenue. That's big, but it's small, if you know what I mean. It's not, if you look at its total market cap, it's a little more than $500 million. So believe it or not, in the whole scheme of things, that's a pretty small company. But I have a reason to expect that this company, once the market starts to take off, which it's going to at some point, it's absolutely inevitable. I believe this company is going to be a winner. Now, nobody knows things for sure. Anything can happen. But I'm putting my money on this company, and I'll keep you posted. If you just remind me and ask me about it, I'll tell you guys what I'm seeing. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. If you want to join our event tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 8 p.m., how to become a millionaire with 5 minutes a month, just text the word BOYCE to 31996. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I'll check back in with you a little bit later. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, fight your damn demons. Climb your damn mountains. Do what you got to do to make yourself into the best version of you could possibly be. You only got one life to live. I need you to live it with as much Black excellence as you possibly can. And even when you fall on your face, you just get back up and keep going, because I believe in you and I know you're meant to win. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. I love you. I'll see you soon. Peace.